Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Today we are reviewing Unlock Timeless Adventures.
Let's do it.
So let's start with spoiler free. So let's start with the circus.
Wait, I want to show them.
Yes, we
got
displayed the game
here.
really nicely right here. But we're going to start with the circus spoiler free. So the first one is the Noside Show, and you will get the Diason Circus manual. Or the whatever. I'm going to show it like this so you can't see it, but this will be what you'll need for the first adventure.
Show them the back.
Yep. I loved this. We'll get to the spoilers later, but I loved that part. This is the Noside Show. So, I will say that this one is the easiest of the bunch, most definitely. I do like the puzzles that they did. It was really cool. One of the puzzles was a little weird and more cartoony than I would have liked. It's like, and then it's like an odd. You know what I'm talking about though, right? The odd animation. We'll get to it in spoilers.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the thing about actually, is it a spoiler to say? Like,
no. I really like on these how like the back of the cards.
yeah, some will have like broken bulbs, numbers, and stuff.
And it's part of the game.
Reminds me of the Sherlock
really cool.
Holmes one where it's like the numbers on the back matter, and I'm like, we were never gonna figure that out.
No, it reminds me of the Alice in Wonderland.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Where you literally look at the back and then you have to find the different ones.
Though a solid adventure. Usually the easiest ones we think are the most boring, no offense. But this one entertained. This one had some cool puzzles.
It's simple but fun.
They're kind of getting rid of the hidden numbers a little. Or not in this one. This one has a lot of hidden numbers, I feel like. Because it's Noside. They're going to have a bunch of hidden numbers like Noside usually does. Trying to think if there's anything else I like. What the ending, the final puzzle, I like it. I like it better than the Alice in Wonderland one. That's a hint. Just not going to say what it is, because if you know.
I really like the logic in like all the puzzles, not even out of this pack, but like all of them have this reoccurring theme of read the hint and then it will give you numbers.
Yes.
Like the Alice in Wonderland one, where it's like just one.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's either an audio thing that'll give you a number hint, or one of these tells you like the way that the horses went out, and that's a number or a letter.
Now you're not allowed to open this, but you could see that there are slits in the paper. There we go. Just whatever. You see the cuts in the paper? That's because you're going to be inserting cards into this.
Really cool.
Which I'm like, wait, this is kind of excessive. But then, one of the puzzles, you're going to love that they gave you this because it's way easier
It's so intentional.
Yes.
Alright.
And it really fits into the theme. Okay.
No, I really like the circus. Very colorful, simple fun.
Love the No-Side edition. The next one is Arséne, Lupin, and the Great White Diamond. You'll get this paper, and the back I'll just show briefly. But you will open this at the very beginning of the game, so you're going to have it a lot.
I do not like maps. A big part of this one is following the maps. It's not too bad, but
I'm just going to say, you're going to use this in ways you never thought you'd use it. That's not a spoiler, just if you've done this one, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, once again, you don't know. But man, I loved how they used this. Yes, you use it as a map, but you'll also use it for something else. And I'm not, once again, spoiler free, can't say that. This one had like a I like that one of the cards, it had different things to do. Is that technically a spoiler? I feel like it's not.
No. I have no
One of
idea
the cards had two different things you could do, and they will lead you in different paths.
Gives you options.
Yeah.
And it is
the
tough
concept
figuring
is cool.
out what number to take, or what letter to take. So it'll be like you can take any of these, you know, the places start with letters, so you can technically take any of them. So, if you're not careful, you can take the wrong one and get a penalty.
I will say that the circus, this one, and the other one, the Lost in the Time Warp, all use the app way heavier than the first unlock ever did. And the second one, it did use the app, but I feel like these ones are heavy on using the app.
I love all the machines they do, even in the carnival one. Really fun. Or the circus.
The circus was
really fun.
Circus was a really cool one with like all the different machines they use. Once again, Tom Vazel would say this, I love how every single one has used a machine in different ways than I've seen.
Yes, they all change it up.
I don't think you guys really care for the story. I mean, the story's not a spoiler, it's not a spoiler, but we don't want to be like, okay, this is what the adventure is about. Because that is like, you could go on their website and then read the story. I don't know why I've like blanked on this one. I remember liking this one.
It's forgettable.
I guess.
Alright, for Arséne Lupin, it's so forgettable, I forgot the theme. Like, the first one, you're engulfed in the circus. You know it's the circus theme. The second one's like, it's old-timey Paris something. But even when my brother just told me it's about stealing a gem before the other team does, I'm like, there's no gem in sight.
You're going around the world to...
You're just moving around. There's nothing about a gem in the story.
It's called Arséne Lupin and the Great White Diamond.
Where's the diamond? Even at the end, it doesn't show you that you won a diamond. Unless it was so forgettable.
Is that a spoiler, or is that... No, really. I mean, I guess it doesn't really
Sorry.
matter. It doesn't really matter.
Sorry.
The story is trying to find the diamond. It doesn't matter if it shows it or doesn't show it.
Okay. And on to the third one.
I'll filter it if you don't. Okay. Next is Lost in the Time Warp. Now this one, this one was really cool. I loved this one. I will say, this is definitely the hardest. The first puzzle, I'm like, wow, I have no idea what to do.
It's traveling in time.
Yeah, they did a good job making this time travel.
Some of the puzzles were hard to know unless you're working with like really smart people on a team. Like, we played with our super smart friends. They figured it out instantly. And then when we played it, we're like, how do you fill the oil buckets? Or whatever.
Yeah. There was I will say, okay, out of these three unlocks, which one do you think had the most of a leap of logic? I feel like
What does that mean?
Basically, like, I'm trying to think because there was one.
Leap of logic? It doesn't make sense.
I feel like this one I'm gonna say because
what is leap of logic?
It's like when you jump over something that you should have known or something like that. But my example would be in the Lost in the Time Warp. You had to do something first before another thing, and we did the other thing first because we jumped to a conclusion, and we're supposed to get another card before that.
Yeah, one time I solved Arséne Lupin, all from guesses.
Yeah, and we're like, yes, but
yes,
you
but
can't
no.
do that.
Yes, but no. What was that one where it was maze, and so you're like, oh, maze, grab M-A-Z-E.
Oh my gosh, I almost said something I regret. Squeaks and Sausage, which is a Noside adventure. Which he made the circus, he made the Squeaks and Sausage.
So yeah, in these games, when there's not instructions, it's easy to jump to conclusions. And you'll get a penalty, or you'll get it right.
Somehow.
Or you'll accidentally jump way further in the game, and you're like, oh, it's not 42.
We actually I heard about the Sherlock Holmes one. Not this one. That is the good... I'll show it. Not this one. That's the good Sherlock Holmes. But the new one from Legendary Adventures, I'm just gonna say, has maps, so we do not like it. It is the hardest one, and people have been so confused that they have jumped to cards they're not supposed to get to. And then, like, tried to continue. It's literally plotting out on a map. And no.
Hey,
Just no.
maps.
I thought it was going to be like a medium or easy. No, it's the hardest one, and it makes sense. So many people got confused by it. Which is probably why I'm not buying Legendary Adventures.
Okay, let's jump back into...
back to Lost in the Time Warp.
Lost in the Time Warp, then we'll do spoiler
Something
review.
I do like is that you didn't have to take that many cards at the beginning, where if I say, like, the formula, you had to take a bunch of cards, and you keep doing that. I like when they give you a little bit, and then you go to the next, and then you go to the next.
No, in each room it's like grab 5.
I know, but this is, like, not that many. Like, in the formula, the original unlock, it will be like, grab these 9 numbers. And it's a lot to handle.
In this one especially, it was so cool when they used the, like, word hints. Or, I don't know, they'll show you something and it turns out to be a number.
Yes.
Really cool.
This one was definitely the most confusing. But it was really cool. If we didn't have anyone else helping us, we would have a lot of penalties and we would have a lot of hints.
And it's confusing because you're going to the past. Yeah, you go to the past, present, and future?
Yup.
This is the future?
Yeah, we're not, they can't see it, so.
Okay, I think it's past, present, and then part of the puzzle is the future. But anyway, part of it is like the history of the Tempest family. And it's hard to keep track of like, oh, this is his dad, this is his grandpa. Yeah, but it was fun and tricky.
Yeah. They're starting to lose the hidden numbers and not do them as much. Which is good, because, like, Squeaks and Sausage had too many hidden numbers, and I was not the biggest fan of that. It was hard to see them.
Yeah.
But now it's time to finally get to spoilers. Time for spoilers on the Noside Show. So here's the full map. And yeah, here's some nice stuff. I will say...
I want to say it quickly.
Okay.
I really like how it opens up, how a circus act would open, like the ringmaster's out there, turns around, does all the shows. Like, it literally feels like you're at the circus.
Yes.
The theme. What were you going to say?
I will say, I think they were going for like a collectible card. That's what they were going for, I think. Like a collectible card game.
Oh, for sure, like the Pokemon
Yeah.
folders. It is so cool how you put the cards as you get them in the little folder, and then on the back, one of the puzzles is add, subtract, equals.
Yeah.
And there's little numbers in the corners.
I will say, be careful about these gaps in the thing. If you get this pre-owned and they accidentally ripped it, that's not good. This, I got all the unlocks pre-owned, which they're in great condition. So pre-owned isn't all bad. Okay.
I like how you go through all the acts of the circus. Like the trapeze, the swordfish. Like all of it. You're either helping them out, or once you help them, you see them do the thing, and that gives you a code or a number.
There was a lot of interaction.
It's really cool.
One of the puzzles, when you go inside, depending on what part you are, when you are in the game, it will say, oh, you can't go here. Oh, you can get something from here. But if you try to go to everywhere, it will sometimes say, you have nothing right now. But when you get the specific thing, it will be like, okay, take these cards.
Yeah, one is like, a little girl is screaming for something.
Yeah, I would say more like, you need to find a clown without a nose, and then his nose becomes, or goes
Yeah, there's
into a place.
also... If you've done the puzzle, you know what it is, but I forgot. Someone's screaming about something.
I do want to say this was the first thing that I heard, because I accidentally heard a tiny spoiler in this one. When I heard it, I'm like, oh no, here we go again. So, I feel... Can I spoil the ones we've previously talked about, or no?
No.
Okay. And Alice in Wonderland had a puzzle I did not like. In this one, it had a puzzle that I'm like, oh no.
What puzzle did you not like in Alice in Wonderland?
It was the card stacking.
Mm.
In this one,
it tells you to stack the cards.
Yeah, in this one, you build a house of cards, and I'm like, okay, let's try this again. But how you build it, it's so much nicer. It's more forgiving, because whenever I build that Alice in Wonderland, it falls over, and there goes my progress, and there goes my sanity.
Yep.
They do not bend well. But these, they have a way better way of stacking the cards and making something.
Yes. And in this, a lot of times it would give you another piece that goes over the same thing.
Yes, in this one you'll have like...
And then it will update the number.
Yeah, it will give you the circus, and then you keep placing cards on there, building the circus ground more and more, and giving you more information. This one, the order we played these was Arséne Lupin, Lost in the Time Warp, and then the Noside Show, I believe. We don't play it in the order that it shows.
We did the circus first.
No, we played Arséne Lupin first, because you forgot all about it.
No, we did the circus.
Arséne Lupin was first, I promise you.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm just looking at these puzzles, seeing if I... it was definitely like an easier one. There was a... Man, I can't believe I forgot it. In the beginning, you'll have a ticket. And it's cool that they, like, have to stamp your ticket.
That one is tough. Because it's not just the number you see, it's, like, the number of what's the other number.
By the way, you do math is this whole sheet, not just the back.
And the final puzzle of tame the animals, put them back in the cage was really fun.
Yes. My least favorite, because it was just weird. I said it in the spoiler free, but here's a more detailed version. A clown will get their nose back, and it will tell you to do something with it, and then it will just splat something on. It gives you something, but I don't like that style.
I really don't like the one where it's like, hold your breath.
Yeah, oh
while
my
doing
goodness.
this card. I'm not gonna die.
We played the Clue Escapes, and I'm just gonna say interactive puzzles are not really my favorite. Like, oh, hold your breath, or oh, jump up and down. Oh, do this. Not really for me. That's why one of the unlocks, I know I keep going off track, but I really want to say it. One of the unlocks is like, the easiest one, but it's like, ooh, move your hands up and down, or something like that. It's like the boogeyman, and I'm like, no, don't make an easy escape room just in interactive. Do what we tell you. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. The Noside Show altogether was one of the best ones we've done for an easy puzzle. It was the easiest one, and we still really enjoyed it.
Really fun.
It is
very cool graphics.
Yes. This one might be a fast one because you have forgotten all about the Arséne Lupin.
Oh, sorry.
She fell asleep.
So boring, I fell. No, okay. I'm sorry if you guys like that one.
This one was the first one that I'm like, ooh, pretty cool. This map is a lot. And one of the puzzles, you will have like map pieces, and then you put it on the map, and it shows you to go somewhere.
And like I said, I don't like maps.
I'm just going to say, out of the map ones we played, Sherlock Holmes, this one, not the new Sherlock Holmes, no way. This one, I feel like, is not as bad as the Sherlock Holmes.
Not nearly as bad. I play one escape type game or something where it's like, figure out or try to rob a bank or something. I don't know. It was really complex, and my incredibly smart friends did the map. I would not touch the map.
I would do a murder mystery, but I would not do the paperwork for it. You know, just writing down notes and stuff. It's not really for me.
Yeah, that can be a lot.
One of the puzzles that did stand out to me because it was so easy was in the map you'll see, oh, it's these colors, and just what do these two colors make? And I'm like,
I came up with that.
Yeah, but I'm just like, that is oddly easy. I don't know why they put that in there. This is supposed to be medium.
Red and yellow makes orange.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every location will have a letter, and this one actually has false paths in the beginning. You'll be.
Can I tell them the funny way I got some of the answers?
You're like, S is the 5th letter of Paris, and I'm like,
Grab
yes, it is, but you can't do that.
Grab S. And then there was one where they said 99 P's. I thought they said 99 P's instead of 99 keys, and so I was like, grab P. It's the 100th P. So funny.
I will say one of the puzzles, I'm just like, we were stuck on the last puzzle, but when I figured it out, like, I'm like, wait a minute, let me flip this and see something, and then they're like, wait a minute, you just figured it out. That was cool. Really cool. I think what we're noticing is like the back of cards is usually the cool puzzles because you never expect to do that.
Yep. You forget about it and then you're like, oh my gosh, look at the back of all the cards. There is one location.
When the first Sherlock Holmes, we were like, do it.
What do you mean?
When we did Sherlock Holmes, now we're paranoid to look at the back of the cards for anything.
That one's insane because there's the little numbers in the corner.
Yeah. And sometimes I don't know if a lot of them don't have it, but I think a lot of them have it.
Okay, what?
Sorry, did you forget?
Arséne pooping. So.
Okay, then.
Arséne Lupin. There's one where you find the gang of whatever they're called.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. You find the people, and then it will be.
And it tells you where they're going. So you'd think, like, oh, that location, grab it. No, you do not want to fight them. You do not want to follow them. Just get the jewel and get out.
I guess this is technically a spoiler.
But once again, there is no jewel.
There is a card in the game that you will never grab because it never instructs you to. It will be automatic. Basically, what I mean by that is in the app, sometimes it will be like, stop your adventure, grab card 1.
Yep.
And you'll get the Marcel game. And it says, fight or run away. I'm not going to tell you which one's the answer.
We ran.
But yeah, I mean, if you really want to know, fighting will get you in jail.
And I'm sorry, but I told them, I said, do not fight, do not go to the Marcel gang. Get the gem, get out. So I hope we don't give you guys too many answers. So.
Yeah. The one that stumped me is like, it's like, pay 5 cents and get this paper. And I'm like, well, it looks like we have to try and get 5 cents. No, you just turn in the cents you have. And I'm like, I would have never thought of doing that.
This is yesterday's paper, but it'll work. All right.
There was, one of them was pretty fun. I think Tom Vazel warned you. But once again, what Tom Vazel said before, he said, if you're playing the Arséne Lupin with one person, there is a puzzle that is not as fun with one person because you have all the information. But if you're playing with 2 people, it's way more fun. It's describing the person. That is fun when you have 2 people and they're like, okay, what did he look like? But it does bug up the time. But that's a cool thing to do.
To say that bugs up the time when it barely takes a minute. Like, it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can. You're right. Takes up more time than knowing the answer.
The machine that stumped me, because I'm like, oh, I'm so scared. It was one of the machines where it has all the symbols of the locations.
Yeah.
And you tap it and I'm like, is this a solution? So I never tried it. And I still solved it. I think that's because I knew what I was doing.
You just said you didn't know what you were doing.
The thing had all the locations, and I'm like, do I have to click one of these? Is it going to give me a penalty if I do the wrong one? No, you just click on them, and then it gives you specific letters, and I'm like...
That's what makes me so mad. Like, there's so many things where if you try the other, penalty, you lose a leg, or whatever.
Lose a leg? Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
The tiger kills your whole family.
No, you can't die in the game. Okay, except for the video game one. But you don't...
That's planned, though. Anyway.
Sorry about the spoiler, though.
Whenever you try something, you'll get a penalty. But if you don't try something, then you don't get all the points. Like, we played Unlock Kids. And...
Don't do it.
we played Unlock Kids. And it's a lot more hidden numbers, kiddish, like no story. I lost my train of thought.
It's got cool components, but yes, it's very kiddish, and we want story in ours.
Oh, and once again, there's ones where you have no idea why you're going in there, and then you'll get a penalty. But there's ones, basically, it wants you to try everything to get some cards, and it wants you to try nothing so you don't get penalties. So in the end, try it if it makes sense. If it doesn't, don't do it. That's what we've done.
I will say in that one, it's like...
Or, don't count penalties.
The cool thing is the penalties don't really matter in your scoring. It's how many stars you get. But yeah, in that one, the hidden numbers, you don't need to get them to solve the thing.
Oh, right. In kids, do you even get penalties?
You do. But you don't need to get the stars to win. Or you don't need to find the hidden numbers. You just need to solve it. The hidden numbers are bonuses. But in these, oh my goodness, do you need the hidden numbers.
You can't win without them.
Yeah. Next is Lost in the Time Warp. Here's the full paper. So you see that. It's good enough. You don't need to see it to play it here. Like you're not gonna,
Mr. Good Enough.
No, you're not gonna look at this and be like, oh, time to buy this game and use your paper in the video.
Add to cart.
It's gonna work. Let me put this card on the camera. Anyways, one of the last puzzles I really want to mention. It was like this time to this time. So, no matter when you're playing, the app updates to what year it is. Because it knows your calendar, I believe. Basically, it said, like, what's the difference between these 2 years, and then add it. But oh my goodness, for the life of us, we could not do math on that.
No, it's fine the next year that's the same distance as...
Yes, we could not
whatever it was, it's
not do the math. But the app at the end, actually, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler. It's not an answer. But I loved how at the end the machine was like... And then...
Yeah.
Like it increased, decreased, and then it went back to the normal time. Or I think it decreased and then
broke the time machine.
Yeah, it was the act of trying to get back to our timeline. In this one, you will actually have broken the timeline and place a card here. And it's like, you gotta fix the timeline now.
Mm-hmm.
You
extend the line.
The leap of logic one that I had is like, there's a tree, and then you need to... I was like, it's like something's missing. So I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure I'm just like, it's these two.
I just realized, what's these white boxes for?
That is for the cards. That is so you know you place a card there.
Show them.
There's white boxes for the cards. So anyways, one of them you're like carving something. Or I'll say this one instead. We were like, the carving tree one. Where you have a tree, and then it's like, something's missing. And I'm like, oh, take these two. No, first you have to like cut it. But we just thought, we had no idea on that one.
No, it was the ice cube one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have to cut it. You have to cut the ice out of the lake and then do something.
I think and then burn it. I'm trying to think. One of the puzzles, the early puzzles, is like fill these jars based on what you've seen.
Or no, was that the circus one?
Nope, you're thinking of the right one.
You have to freeze this.
I'm just gonna see what I mean. Though, yeah, one of them was the buckets. You have to fill it to what you've seen.
Yep, the acid buckets or whatever.
Yeah.
That one was tough. I mean, if you're smart and you look at it, you might, like, know it first. But I was confused with how much to put in each one.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about, I believe.
That's
so
good.
You have a tree, and I remember I'm just like, oh, I have to take these 2 cards. No, you have to cut the tree, and then you can do it.
Yeah.
But that one was kind of hard, because you're never going to think I would never think in a tree to carve the two people who love each other. You know, if people will be like Joker and Harley Quinn, so like.
It was
J
in the
plus
story.
HQ.
It was in the story.
Yeah.
There were like different things like, oh, they hated butterflies, and so you see dead butterflies.
No, what I was mostly talking about is carving into the tree. I don't think I would have really thought of doing that.
I know, wasn't that in the story?
I believe.
And you're not, like, so young that you haven't seen people carving trees in movies, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've heard of it, you've seen it in movies.
One of the ones I do want to mention is the book one, where you have to look at the specific topic of the book to get the numbers you need.
So cool. So cool.
One of my least favorites, because I'm like, I can't think like this, was it's like, who's my father? How do you know me? And I'm like, don't be an Alice in Wonderland
I failed
again.
history.
We don't know who your father is, we just know that we need to see you.
I am your father. Let me in.
Oh my gosh. Alice in Wonderland did that too, and we're like, okay.
I remember this one in particular. I was like, I want to combine everything with fire. Burn it. Burn it. Freeze it. Like, I don't know. It had pencils, ice, knife, butterfly, and so you're like, oh, I'll freeze the butterfly. I'll cut the butterfly. You know, they're items where, like, you could combine them if you wanted, like matches and pencils. Make
This
a
one
fire.
heavily uses the app because you are traveling through time using a time machine on the app.
Yes.
And the cool thing, I just had that card.
And there were a lot of location cards.
Yes.
That you place on the map.
Yeah, you replace cards too. I'm
Very
trying to
cool.
think of what it was. I had it before.
There were also hidden numbers, for sure.
Yes. One of them was like a metronome, like it sounded ding, 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 and whatever. But yeah, that was a cool. Oh, this is the one I'm thinking of. The sand timer. There was 4 sand timers, and the machine would like, you have to do something, and then the numbers would be revealed in a specific order, and that's the next year you have to go to. I remember liking that one.
The notes?
The sand timers.
Yes. And one thing I noticed after we finished the puzzle is it tells you what infinity is if you don't know. It says it on the board.
The, trying to think of other puzzles I'm looking through.
Yeah, the oil spill was hard. The oil mixing stuff was hard. Time machine was hard. History was hard. But overall, it was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Just make sure that your actually no, my phone doesn't update and it still worked with the time I was in.
His phone is so small.
Yeah.
So small and old, but it worked.
I think that's basically all we had to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to put our ranking in the description because it can change at any time.
It can change at any time.
It can change at any time.
We're keeping that in.
Yeah. So I will say my favorite is this one or this one. Arséne Lupin didn't really do it for me. So the circus or the time warp.
He's beautiful.
The time warp was cooler, but the circus was more fun.
Here's my order of favorites.
Oh no! Guys, you didn't see anything. The magic's still there.
No.
The magic's still there.
Circus, hole, boring.
I think I'd go with that too.
Alright. So, out of the packs, which one do you recommend?
I recommend this one.
Yep.
Or I recommend... Okay, let's say...
Let's just do a quick sneaky peek. Since you guys stayed to the end.
I'll say for this unlock, you don't need it. I feel like you guys will want more out of them. The island's cool, but I think these other ones have beat it, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one, the best.
Okay, so our favorites of the pack. Unlock, I guess, or the first unlock, I guess it's the island, but we wouldn't recommend it as much as these other ones.
The other two are forgettable.
Yeah, they're just boring. Sherlock Holmes wins this one, then the video game, then Alice, or...
For me, it's do. For you, it's do.
Or I remember it was do. But I hate the final puzzle.
Okay. The video game one is cool, but it's just not my thing. I don't like the 8-bit
my
animation.
ranking could change anytime, but it's either that or that.
But anyway,
but this one was the coolest, but also the hardest, and it was one of the worst and hardest final puzzles for me.
And then the third?
This one, we would recommend getting this one. This one is a great pack.
This one.
I would recommend getting the two we've shown except for the first one.
The Sky Returns.
Yep, I think that's 5 and 6. So, unlock 5 and 6, approved.
Alright.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.
Comment down below if you've played any unlock game, which one's your favorite. Alright, bye guys.